Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you've seen in the last couple of videos, you know that I haven't really got any partners to work with. So we're going to do a video today on shadowboxing. Now I'm going to split this shadowboxing video into two segments, okay? The first segment is what to do and what not to do when you shadowboxing, so the correct ways, do's and don'ts, yeah? We're savvy. The second video, I'm going to give you 20 combinations that you can incorporate into your shadowboxing. A lot of time when people are shadowboxing, I see a lot of the guys in the gym themselves, they get stuck on ideas on what to throw, okay? We do combinations all the time in the pad work, but a lot of time your pad man will call out the combination. So when you're shadowboxing, you're literally on your own. Sometimes you just get a bit stuck and you see people just throwing 1-2s non-stop, or just literally throwing the jab, or throwing combinations they're making up as they're throwing out. Now that is really important that we still have our set routines that we do, stuff that you do when you're doing pad work, when you're sparring, okay? Lots of stuff that's applicable to your style of fighting, okay? So I'm gonna give you 20 different combinations. Now these are going to be MMA based, so we're going to be also adding sprawls, shots, we're going to be doing knees, kicks, elbows, punches, just lots of different ideas that you could do. You can obviously adjust these combinations to suit you. These are the combinations that I like to do personally when I start shadowboxing, okay? So let's get down into the do's and the don'ts, shall we? There we go. So as you could see with those two videos, there was a big difference in between what I was doing. Now the first video is what you see a lot of people just shadowbox doing. They'll spin around in a circle, they'll fight a whole room full of ninjas. That's just what they do. And they'll just throw meaningless shots. They'll throw 1-2s with no conviction behind them because they're throwing so many of them and they're not giving themselves time to think. Okay, it's really important that when we're shadowboxing, we're thinking, we're using this up here. This is the most important thing that we should be using, okay? While we're using this, we're still in our correct guard stance and we're using footwork, okay? We're moving, we're not staying a standing target, okay? Because if that wasn't a sparring, I wasn't moving, I would just get lit up. Okay, I'll just get lit up. Someone would tee off on you because you're just standing still, not doing anything. While we're not doing anything, we're taking a break between our combinations. We're still aware of what we can do. We can move forward, we can move back, we can move laterally, however way you want to move. So now I'm going to give you 3 different things that's going to make your shadowboxing better than it was before, okay? And now this is more conceptual based. It's rather than set combinations that you're going to be doing. It's stuff that you want to be keeping in mind while you're shadowboxing, and this will translate over to your pad work, and this will also translate over to your sparring, okay? When you do this in your shadowboxing. So take this in mind.
So the first thing on our list is to feint. Feints are very important in striking. Feints are almost like a restart button. They'll get our opponents to stop their attack and make us think about what we're going to do. Okay, so a feint wants to look like the start of an attack, whether it's a jab, a kick, a cross, or even a level change. Okay, continue to feint to get the reactions that you want of your opponents. So this is kind of number 1 continued, but now that we've started feinting, we need to add some attacks. So we want to do a different attack compared to the feint that we're doing, just to make us less predictable when we throw our strikes. If you feint a jab, you can throw a cross or a kick. If you feint a cross, you can either throw a hook off the lead hand. If you fake a level change, you come up with your hands. It's about making us less predictable when we strike and getting different reactions out of our opponents. So my second point I want to make is motion and angles. Motion and angles is very important when we're striking. If we can get our opponent out of position and us in a position where we can strike them and they can't strike us, that's the winner that we got right there. So we can take motion and angles in many different ways. We can pivot off our hooks, we can roll underneath their hooks. It's just about getting us in a dominant position to strike. We can move forward if we strike, we can move backwards if we strike, we can also move side by side. It's about being not in one spot, but being able to move and take the dominant angle and the advantage. The last point I want to make is just about being creative. Now, shadowboxing doesn't have to be boring, okay? So you can always add different things into your shadowboxing, whether it's your sprawling, your shots, takedown setups. You could be creative with setting up different techniques, such as like spinning kicks and flying knees and stance switches when we're striking, just to get used to different elements. And it's a great way to practice on our own before applying them into our sparring or our pad work. Shadowboxing is all about visualization. So when you're shadowboxing, you need to make sure that you're thinking that there's an opponent in front of you that you're fighting. You're fighting an invisible man. So if your invisible man shoots a double leg in you, you're going to score. If you manage to grab the invisible man around the head, you're going to start hitting a few knees in. So it's all about visualization and implementing your game.
So that was 3 different ways we can make our shadowboxing better, guys. Okay, thanks for tuning in on that one. So this is one of 2 different videos I'm going to be releasing today. The next video is going to be of 20 different shadowboxing combinations that we can do. Okay, you can obviously use these shadowboxing combinations in your pad work as well as sparring and Dutch drills and whatnot. Okay, I thought I'd release a bit of content today for you. So if this helps, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, you can follow me on ReeceJones311 and Tamworth the Fight Up. I pointed over here because this is normally where it pops up. But if it looks over here, I'm going to look like pretty much like an idiot anyway. So thanks, guys. Peace out.